Hey guys, and welcome back to Okami, the last part of Okami for this week, in fact. And wouldn't you know it, we've got more side quests to peruse. And, yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said buckle in, because it's gonna be a long part of side quests. Take it away, Rich.
Yes, it is indeed, but it's going to be fun, as you can probably tell by the title. Because it's Mr. Chic's Kimono designs, and obviously that is referring to one very specific side quest that we're going to be doing, but is one that is particularly fun. And also, I have to say, thank God that I think that my Wiimote decided it was finally going to start working again, because otherwise it would have made that particular side quest impossible. And I do mean absolutely impossible.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at your misfortune. Samurai Dandy might be my new favourite NPC.
It is quite awesome, innit?
It's just a contradiction, because aren't samurais, like, very plain in their attire and whatnot?
Let's have a look, actually.
Not in terms of, like, they don't ever wear regalia and whatnot, but, just their usual stuff is, like, I don't know, a gi and a top knot, maybe? I'm going completely by Samurai Jack logic here, which probably isn't the best for a fat old white man talking over video games.
Yeah, I don't think it is quite. So, the samurai were the military nobility and officer caste of medieval and early modern Japan. In Japanese, they are usually referred to as bushi or buke. And according to translator William Scott Wilson, in Chinese, the character that's used was originally a verb meaning to wait upon or accompany persons in the upper ranks of society. And this is also true of the original term in Japanese, saburao. In both countries, the terms were nominalised to mean those who serve in close attendance to the nobility. The pronunciation in Japanese changing to samurai. According to Wilson, an early reference to the word samurai appears in the Kokin Wakashu, the first imperial anthology of poems, completed in the first part of the 10th century. By the end of the 12th century, samurai became almost entirely synonymous with bushi, and the word was closely associated with the middle and upper echelons of the warrior class. They were usually associated with a clan and their lord, and were trained as officers in military tactics and grand strategy. And while they numbered less than 10% of then Japan's population, their teachings can still be found today in both everyday life and in modern Japanese martial arts.
Okay, but that does not answer my original question of did they dress fancily?
I think it probably varied from samurai to samurai. I'm trying to see if I can find anything in the whole thing about doctrine, but it's massively dense, and I cannot be bothered to look at it all because it's very dense, and I am not going to be able to read much. But I think they did wear regalia every now and again. I think obviously when they are in battle, they had their samurai armour, and actually that was all quite expensive.
Wasn't that shogun armour? Am I remembering correctly?
I think you're probably about right. Yes, and all of that stuff was like really expensive, so they had to be quite rich to be samurai quite a lot of the time, I feel. But then I could also be wrong. I don't know.
So is her dad a zombie now?
Part of me feels yes he is, because he remains blue for this bit, but he will eventually, I feel, if I recall correctly, turn back to being a normal human colour.
Well, at least he's not green, because if he was green he'd get sick and he'd die. Or bleed and die, I forget. It's been a long time since the 90s. Get off my back!
Oh yes, there we go. He has turned to a bit more of a normal colour now. But he still looks really ill and really thin, so it's a miracle.
Well, he'll fatten himself up on, like, cherries or whatever, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely fine.
So, is anything actually going to happen in this part yet?
As I said, it's all side quests.
Yeah, but I'd like an actual side quest to sink my teeth into, Mr. Man.
Well, we're going to begin one of them right now. So...
Whining works.
Yes, so obviously we've now got the canal that goes through the city. And we can help people out here because we can create lily pads, and we can be the ferry boat that takes them to their destination.
Hey, it's time to play some crazy lily pad. Are you ready? Here we go!
Now, this can be... well, it's a relatively easy type of side quest to do in general, but you get different amounts of praise depending on how well you do at this. So you've got to be very, very, very quick in order to get the maximum amount of praise. I think it is possible to... so if you get the lowest amount the first time, I believe you can redo it, and if you get the better time, then you'll just get the extra bit of praise that you didn't get the first time round.
Okay.
It's a challenge, and they only get more difficult as you go along.
Well, that's side quest for you, mate. You gotta be prepared.
Indeed, but it is a bit of a nightmare. I believe 30 is the max that you can get from these folks. See if I can get the full information.
There you go, there you go. Check those receipts.
Right. Da-da-da-da. Ferry service. Right. So, basically, you get 30 praise for getting a good time, 15 praise for par time, and none if you completely fail the quest.
Well, obviously, I ain't gonna pay for a taxi that sends me into a river, you know?
Obviously. I don't know whether it's stated anywhere how it works in terms of getting the extra praise or not, but either way, it's all fascinating because obviously you've got to get as far across as quickly as possible. I would definitely recommend using the Infinity Stones, because you need to use Gale Storm so much.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That you would just be running out of ink pots constantly. And the only way really of guaranteeing that you get a good time is by avoiding the whirlpools, because they will slow you down so much that you are basically going to get stuck for long enough that it's going to get you to a par time at least.
Well, you won't be getting a tip at the very least. I told you to avoid the whirlpools. How hard is this?
Actually really quite difficult, to be fair. But there we go, that is another one done.
Good luck with your carpentry, Mr. Aspiring Carpenter. Now get out of my sight, you're worthless to me now. Put on some trousers as well.
So, yes, we have, I believe it's one more to go, maybe two at most.
So press C.
It's quite nice that we are able to do this, because obviously it's just a sort of nice, well, it's sort of relaxing but sort of fun at the same time. And we're just helping people get to places. I don't know why they can't get the ferry service up and running themselves. And I don't know why she wouldn't get on that lily pad. I suppose it was too far away.
A lady does not jump across water, mate. A lady is pushed onto a lily pad that goes across water.
'Tis true, 'tis true. Also, I hope I'm not the only one who noticed the little frog that jumped off the lily pad during that little cutscene there. I just thought that was quite a cool little touch.
You definitely were out of the two doing the commentary, I can tell you that one.
Yeah. So, yes, I believe that this one is the furthest distance that you have to go with the lily pad. So, this is easily the biggest challenge.
You realise you don't get extra points for transporting another empty lily pad to the goal, right?
I do, but ultimately I think actually taking that extra lily pad with me ended up helping me out, because that lily pad got hit by the whirlpool.
I was gonna say!
I didn't. You see, like, I was actually thinking this through. Clearly.
Oh, Richie, he's a strategic genius.
A strategic genius without even realising that I am employing a strategy until it becomes effective.
Well, there's a term for that, Mr. Savant.
Almost there. I could almost taste it. And thankfully that whirlpool vanished just in time, otherwise I would not have been impressed.
It was just intimidated by your strategic brain poking out of your cranium.
Indeed. And also I like how these people are happy because they don't have to pay a thing. It's just like, my god, you cheapskates.
Oh, cheapskateness is eternal, mate. It happened in ancient Japan, it happens now.
Of course.
Alright, what's next on the side quest agenda?
So I believe we are... Oh, we've got another one of them to do. Oh, god damn it.
You miscounted,
I knew
mate.
it was one or two. Like, I knew it was coming up soon, but I couldn't remember quite how many there are. Because there's loads of these, and it happens. But the thing that I'm most looking forward to is the Kimono side quest, which is going to be coming up. And also, I love how I flung that farther away from the thing during the cutscene, and he still got on it.
Well, you know, he's got places to go. He's got to follow his rainbow.
This is true. You see, he's just got to trust in me, and we'll escape from the city.
Very slowly, on the back of a
very slowly indeed.
On the back of a goddess-propelled lily pad. Yeah, I don't know. I think take a horse next time.
I think that would probably be quicker. And also, I mean, to be fair, it would have been quicker for him to just, you know, run or walk.
Yeah, even just, I don't know, jaunt. Trying to think of other words to describe a very slow walk.
Because also, like, he's just pointing, saying, go that way. And I'm just like, yes, mate, I know. That's where we're going. But we've got to go with the wind.
I'm controlling the wind, thank you very much. If you want to give it a go, if you want to be the dog, go get a fucking fursuit and you can call the shots.
Exactly. I mean, also, you know, if the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, then I'll know how far I'll go.
Is that the other lily pad just there? Just spinning around?
It might. Yeah, still there. Hasn't left yet.
Oh, the ever-faithful Whirlpool Destroyer. I'll remember you forever until we stop recording, and then I'll immediately forget you. Oh, that reminds me of that fucking joke in Shrek 2 where Shrek turns into a human and he has to commandeer, like, clothes and whatnot, and he just basically takes the stuff off the royalty guy. So he's like, thank you, good sir. I'll make sure to come back one day. Unless, of course, I stop caring or I forget.
I know. Like, I'd say, despite the fact that the Shrek films went downhill after 2, 1 and 2 are excellent.
Oh, definitely. 2 is... It's one of the best, like, CGI films ever made, I think, just in terms of, like, cartoons and whatnot.
Oh, definitely.
Shrek 1 is good, but I feel it's a bit dated.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely dated now.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? I hear they're rebooting Shrek.
Yes, I heard so as well. Shrek 5 is on its way, apparently.
The quest for more money, etc. But enough about Shrek.
Well, exactly. It's the same reason that we're getting Toy Story 4.
Fuck that noise. Like, I didn't even want 3 after I'd watched it. I thought it ended just fine with 2.
Now, you see, I was very happy with the ending of 3. Well, not entirely majorly happy, but 3 got me the bit of catharsis that it desired to get out of me. So, I was happy.
I don't think it's a bad film, per se, but number 1, the villain of the piece is just like the prospector, so
yeah,
that's already a bit of rehashing. Number 2, the setting's a little bit boring, honestly. Like, I don't know, it's just getting fucked up by a bunch of kids, and they didn't really do that much inventive with it, and I don't know, I just prefer 2, even if it did originate as like a straight-to-video film, and I guess listen to the commentary for Toy Story 2 from the first Disney font if you want to hear further thoughts on Toy Story 2. I don't think we've done 3 yet, so something for Disney Fun 3, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. And also that would be quite fun, because by the time we do Disney-thon 3, Toy Story 4 will probably be out, so...
Son of a bitch. I'm keeping my promise, though. We're starting Disney-thon 3 whenever it happens with Moana.
Oh, yes! Thank you so much.
What are you saying thank you for? We haven't picked co-commentators yet, Mr. Van.
Excuse me?
Like I'd ever leave you out of commentary on Moana, come on.
Yes, you would suffer an incredibly horrifying death if I was not included in the Moana commentary.
Yeah, he'd probably waterboard me or something. Like, goddamn, don't fuck with Richie when he's mad. Alright, so to get off tangents, Kamiko time, or Kimono time, I don't know where the fuck Kamiko came from.
I'm assuming your brain was thinking of Kamiki? Perhaps?
I possibly crossbred the word Himiko with kimono. I shouldn't look at the title of these videos when talking. It always happens. Like, you ever do that thing where you're hearing someone talking, you're like, oh yeah, very interesting, and you start writing what they're saying?
Yes. So, this is Mr. Chic's Kimono Designs. And you may have noticed, dotted around Seon City, are little pieces of graffiti that look very, very familiar.
Yeah.
So, this entire side quest is to do with drawing, which is really awesome. It's very fitting. So, she's thinking of a new great design, which is a star. And so, we're going to go and head to Mr. Chic's kimono shop and hopefully inspire him with this fashion-forward young girl's ideas. Basically, we're stealing her ideas and making some dough out of it.
Wow.
But no one needs to know that.
Sending mixed messages, game. On the one hand, you're a goddess of fire and light. On the other, fuck it, I'm gonna steal ideas.
Exactly. And I mean, to be fair, she stole our design, so it's totally fair.
Oh, right. Fuck that bitch then. I don't give a crap.
Now, Mrs. Fan here is also talking about a ghost, which can be found around and about the city, but so that is something for another day, I feel. This is a really fun side quest, which can actually prove to be very challenging, because it's going to ask you to be very precise with your drawing. And obviously with the Wiimote, that can be slightly challenging.
Well, good job it started to play ball before this bit. And by the way, those look like Crayola crayons on the left-hand side.
I think that's the point. So, little girl said that she liked a star design, so we're going to draw a star. That was a really awful star.
I don't think you even tried.
There is a specific way that you're going to know whether the design that you have created has done the job, and that's because I think Mr. Chic will say something along the lines of something special might happen. So the design has to be just right for it to register.
It's like fucking Patrick Star.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. Definitely.
As long as we get paid, that's the main thing.
Well, we're going to get paid in praise, I feel, mostly. Maybe a stray bead. I seem to recall a stray bead is the end result of this whole thing. And that was a really awful star once again. And I was just like, you know what, sod it. Speed through text.
I like the little flourish with the dot on the right-hand side, but it's not what he asked for, mate. Do it right.
I think this one's going to be a bit more successful, I say, just before the thing fricks on the side. And there we go. So he says, it almost seems like something could happen. That means you've done it right.
Okay.
And once we leave, hopefully at some point I will realise that there's a dig spot in there and dig that thing up. But if you return to the little girl, then she will then be drawing the design that we put up on the lovely kimono. And if you talk to her again, then she will come up with a new design, and basically you have to repeat this until she runs out of designs. So now it's time for a heart, and basically because otherwise we're just running backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards,
Yeah.
I decided, you know what, I'm just going to cut between Little Girl and Mr. Chic's Kimono Shop, because otherwise that's just a lot of faff and a lot of loading, so sod it.
Yeah, good stuff, man, good stuff. I love how colourful this place is, you know me, I'm a sucker for colour and whatnot.
Oh, it's great. The thing that I also find quite fascinating is I'm pretty sure when I first played Okami, I never did the side quest at all. Like, I didn't notice it, I didn't even bother to come into this place. It's ridiculous.
You have drawn a perfect bot, I am inspired!
Yeah. This one's a bit of a challenge, because essentially what you need is, you need to, I think, get one side to be slightly thicker than the other.
Wonderful choice of words there, mate.
I think you do have to draw it going from the left to the right or something like that. I do have to do these quite a lot of times, which is very frustrating, because it's like I've drawn it, I've basically drawn it. It's not perfect, but come on, accept it, please, because it's very picky. It's very picky.
Okay. Well, art is picky, mate, get used to it.
'Tis true, 'tis true. But yeah, there are going to be some interesting designs throughout the course of the rest of this part. And one in particular is really awesome. Now, this does not look anything like the brief. And yet...
Wow. Wow, that's not even a completed heart!
Exactly. I don't understand this game sometimes.
I think he's going senile, honestly.
I think so too. Because that doesn't look like a heart, but I will take it.
Well, to be fair, the design of the heart she was drawing didn't finish the line either.
This is true. Now, I particularly like this design because of what she's going to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess what she's going to call it?
Seagull?
No.
Well, that's how I used to draw birds and seagulls. When it... Whoa, that was a tick, mate.
That was a tick. But think about what it is that we are drawing.
Okay.
Think about who made this game.
It's cleavage, isn't it?
No, it's not bloody cleavage. If it were cleavage, you'd have like two circles with like a valley in the middle.
Okay. Well, yeah.
No, this is a V.
Yeah. Say no more, fam.
Yes.
Say more.
And also, I can't believe how much trouble I'm having drawing a frickin' V.
I'll say no more.
It's like, seriously. I managed eventually to do the heart. I managed to do the star. Why won't it accept my Vs?
Why is the V so elusive?
I know, it's like this is a pretty gosh darn easy shape. Everything that I've drawn looks right.
This is so stupid.
It is so stupid, but it's great, and it's as frustrating as it is sometimes to try and draw these things where you think, oh, I've got it right, and then it turns out no. It's still just quite fun to see what's going to turn up. But yes, isn't it beautiful? This is the henshin pattern.
Nice.
Henshin a go-go, baby! Just makes me smile so much. I still need to get Beautiful Joe somehow.
Yeah, she do.
Nintendo, please, can you sort out GameCube on the GameCube games on the eShop for the Switch, please, and bring Beautiful Joe onto that? That would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
But I will hope and pray that one day that will occur. Anyway, this is a bit of a nightmare of a shape because it's 4 circles, and they've got to be in a very specific pattern, and that was hideous.
I think I may have misinterpreted what you meant by the V. Oh jeez, now my face is red.
Oh god, Tom, you didn't think it was a down below, did you?
Shut up. I ain't talking to you no
I will
more.
take that as a yes. And now we're trying to draw 4 circles.
Well, come on, you said it was Kamiya, and Kamiya's a pervert.
Well, I mean, this is true, but Kamiya also made Beautiful Joe, and V is the symbol for beautiful.
Well, that's...
I feel had the Wonderful 101 come out by this point, then we would have been doing W's as well.
Well,
And also, the 4 circles was meant to be a clover.
okay.
Doesn't really look like a clover to me, but oh well.
The V didn't look like a fucking V either. It looked like a seagull. Got all flustered now.
Now, this particular shape that she's asking us to draw is easily the most difficult shape in the game because it's actual, proper Japanese calligraphy.
Oh shit, time to test your weeaboo skills, mate.
I think you might be surprised, actually. Just watch this.
Oh my god.
Most difficult drawing. Booyah!
Did it on your first go? Oh my god, I'm so proud.
It happened, I was just like, oh my god, that is amazing!
Oh, good on you, mate, I'm proud of you.
Because yeah, I was not, like, I was actively dreading that shape because I knew how difficult a time I'd had with all the others, and then just first time, it's just like, I can now bask in the glory of Mr. Chic's kimono designs for the rest of eternity, because I did the most difficult shape first time round. And I believe that the character actually is Heaven. That's what it stands for, I believe.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I would have to do a little bit more research into that to make sure I'm 100% correct. But that is the end of Mr. Chic's Kimono Designs side quest with the Fashion Girl, and we get a stray bead out of it as well as all that praise, so it's amazing. Love this side quest.
It was pretty fancy. It was pretty fancy.
But we still have many more side quests to go.
Oh jeez. Well, as long as there's no more miscommunications down the road, I think we'll be fine. See you next time for another week's worth of Okami. Bye.